Okay, then we're gonna start this and action. We have
Starting
begun.
now? Are we recording? Is this recording right now?
This is recording.
Oh my
Absolutely.
God.
Very exciting times. So it's really a special moment at Spice Tech, indeed, to have everybody on this core team who's working hard on this project right now and sharing the vision with the world. So I just want to take a moment to just capture this emotion of having been able to raise a little bit of money. So something has started coming in, and we're hoping that we'll hit our goal of 50K very soon. So how does it feel, guys? Like, who wants to go first?
Well, it feels pretty good. You know, we've put a lot of time into planning and organizing. You know, what is our crowdfunding going to look like? You know, who's going to care, who's going to donate, and it's cool to just see that like the first people are friends. You know, that's encouraging. Seeing that, hey, I know these people. You know, and you know, obviously, hopefully, strangers, we want to see them donate too, as many people as possible. But friends first is like, yeah, it's encouraging.
Yeah, definitely. I'll give a quick shout out to Garrick. Garrick's an awesome guy. He obviously helped us make Enter the Flagon, the XR experience that we worked on alongside Metastage. And so, Garrick, we love you, man. Thank you for supporting our project. I really hope to talk to you soon. And also the Lilly brothers, Umez and Bezan, are donating us some money here, showing us some love. So keep that love coming, keep that support coming, spread the word of film to as many people as possible. So yeah, that's kind of what I feel like.
Thank you,
right
Nate Berba.
Yeah,
Yep.
thanks a lot,
Nate Berba.
And Baloo, my friend Baloo.
Your friend
Appreciate
Balu,
it.
so that's your D&D friend, right?
Yes,
His
his
name means bear.
yeah, you told me that. Is that a close translation or exact or?
If it was Bhalu,
Hmm.
or I don't know how North Indians say it.
Balu,
Yeah.
You say
Bhalu,
Balu.
yeah.
Balu means
It's
bear.
Bhalu, then it's bear.
Gotcha.
Okay. So that's great. So I guess, we should do a quick round of introductions and just, maybe we can start with Rasik. If you want to describe your role on the team and some of the reasons why you felt like this project was worthy of your time and attention.
Okay. I'm Rasik. I'm the audio director / music director on this film. I was gonna say audio guy, felt a little informal. Audio audio director / music director on this film. And I found it motivating to see Ashish just kind of hitting this every single day, just going out to do shoots, talking to people, always coming up with theories as to why this should be a thing or what art is and why he's doing flow and all sorts of things. And it was just fun. And I've always wanted to score a film, and I wanted to jump in on this journey, and so I did it.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm super glad that you kind of just went with my whim to make this film, and obviously it's evolved into what it is today. And having Rasik's support since day one was basically my major motivation to stay inspired to be able to do it, because again, like, goes back to the power of community. Rasik's one of my closest friends. I've known him since 2011, so our friendship has been 10 years old and going beyond that. So having him be by my side was basically a big reason why I actually managed to stay inspired. So I love the fact that we're doing this, and obviously the team's grown. How about Shwetang? You want to go next? Introduce yourself and give your reasons for being involved in the project.
Hi, everybody. My name is Shwetang, aka Shwet. I'm the musician and the brand ambassador on the team. So basically, I'm the hype man of the project because I love the project. I love the team. I love the vision of the film. I love that it's all about the artist struggle, and we really don't have people in India. We don't have filmmakers in India or a community, which is all about the artist struggle and throwing the light on artists who have really come a long way. So when I first heard about the project and I heard that Ashish you're coming back to India, and he has a lot of footage on him, and he has a vision. I was so drawn towards it, and that was my main motive to join the Spice Tech team. And so far, we are doing fantastically, and the project is really gathering all the traction. So I'm all about the project. I'm very excited, and I'm superbly excited to take this journey with you.
And yeah, so obviously, like, for me, it's been very exciting that you're part of this team, because when I first came back to India, I didn't really know if this project was going to last long, but obviously having, Rasik handling the team in the US and keeping me inspired kept us going. But it was you, the first person the first time we had a chat, the first thing you told me was like, bro, let's start a company and let's do something. So I'm like, so glad that we're actually doing it, and we've been doing it for a while now. And the thing you talk about, supporting indie artists and indie filmmakers, there's a big gap here in India. I mean, we definitely need there's some room for innovation for just crowdfunding platforms to emerge in India that allow indie artists to do that. We're using Indiegogo right now, which is a US-based company, which is interesting of how we're actually going about doing our crowdfunding. It's a story in itself for some other time.
Yeah.
But I totally feel you. I totally feel you on this idea of India taking the idea of supporting indie art and indie filmmakers more seriously than what has been so
indie
far.
art.
Indian art.
Indian art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing now. It's officially a thing now.
Okay, great. So talking about Indian and indie artists, I want to switch focus to my good friend here, Vikram, who is an expert cinematographer, storyteller, and also my friend from engineering college in India. So we went to undergrad school together, and it's kind of like interesting for my life to sort of come full circle of, going to the US, coming back, and then working with people that I went to school with here. So Vikram, it's been phenomenal. As one of our friends says, that it's sanjog ki baat hai, it's kind of a coincidence or synchronicity to be working together. But how do you feel about this project? Can you please describe your role on the team and give your reasons to support the project, please?
Hi, I'm Vikram Galata. I'm a freelancer filmmaker from India. And fortunately, I got an opportunity to get connected with Ashish from a fellow friend, where Ashish went to just fix his gimbal. And luckily, the guy, he called me and he said, there is some problem, he want to just figure it out. And there through, I just get connected with Ashish first time. And after 10 years of, after a decade that we were just got disconnected from professional lives, and we were just traveling to different places. And from a long time, I was just looking for something to be work on, like such kind of things. And luckily, Ashish has offered me something which was very interesting. And the flow is one of the, I'm pretty impressed with the concept of feel the flow. And I've been like, it, it's something very interesting for me. And I just relate myself from the story, the struggle, what I have faced in past few decades, to just coming up with a filmmaker in India. That's all about it. And I'm still looking forward to just work on this thing in far better way.
Yeah, and so Vikram has an interesting story himself as a filmmaker, very similar to mine actually, where I was in Los Angeles working at video game studios and learning about technology and storytelling and the intersection of the art and technology. He was in South India working on some very big production projects. A lot of the VFX work gets done in South India, right? Or at least like where you were in South India.
Yeah, I was working with some of the South Indian production companies on films. There a lot of work was going to be done on VFX and those things. They used to fly the peoples in air and all those things. So
Okay.
I've done those a lot of times. And when I just got connected with Ashish, I just got I just heard the concept of what he was preparing. And I'm pretty impressed with his fire flow techniques. I shot a lot of videos with him, and it was an amazing time to
And
spend.
and you had to come back to Jodhpur because of family, right? And so it was like
Yeah.
you sort of having a place where you could have pursued your interest in filmmaking at the highest level,
Right.
but because of personal circumstances you had to come back, and now this project's here. So I kind of relate to your story because I went through something similar where I had a bit of a foundation in Los Angeles, but then I had to come back to Jodhpur because of various reasons. Another topic for another time. But so I mean, I appreciate how our lives are kind of meeting together to be able to do this project, and I greatly appreciate everything that you bring to the table for this team. Everybody loved our cinematography work on the director's statement, which we shot at Turji Jhalra in Jodhpur, which is a mystical spot, if any, in Jodhpur. And so we got to keep finding those mystical spots and present Jodhpur in the best light in this film in the near future.
Yeah, of course. We will do that.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm going to move on to David. David, quick introduction and reasons to give your time to this project.
Yeah, well, my name is David Nealons. I am the producer and editor for Feel the Flow. Ashish asked me to join this project initially it was with production, right? I think that was back in spring 2020. And then over time, we realized, hey, we got a lot of really critical roles we need to fill out in this film. And with a lot of excitement, I said, okay, well, what can I do? And editing is a great passion of mine. And producing, as I've also learned, is something I really enjoy, especially for this film. Because I think Feel the Flow for me is just something I relate to personally. I think creativity is just something I need to survive. Without it, I don't think I would be able to just be a emotionally balanced human being. And the way I see it, this movie is really about, in a big way, what it's like to pursue creative expression for, a way of inner growth and a way of self-discovery. And a lot of the people that we've interviewed, they talk about it that way, like they have a lot of goals clearly that are also career oriented, and about vocation and all of that. But I love this inward vulnerable talk of like, hey, how am I improving? What am I learning by pursuing creativity? And that's so deeply resonant with me that when that became one of the biggest themes in this film, like one of the main things this movie is about, I said, well, I want to help make that. I just believe in that,
That's awesome. I think that's kind of how I relate to the film as well. And definitely it's been quite the privilege and an honor, and what a great opportunity to spread this message to the world through this film. So yeah, I think with that, I want to give everybody a quick chance, and it's the first thing that comes to your mind, right? Give you 30 seconds each. I want to start with Rasik. And I want you to answer my favorite question.
I feel like going first means that everyone can improve on your answer, because all I've done since you guys started answering is regret my answers at the start of the interview.
I'm just gonna like take yours as a blueprint of some kind of failure
of what not to do. Yeah,
improve
exactly.
That's what I'm doing
on some level.
since day one.
I just want everyone to know that I'm usually very eloquent, but not now.
Okay, just for my,
I think you're doing just fine.
Just for my entertainment, I suppose.
You're doing great.
I'm gonna put you on spot, Rasik, here, and I'm gonna ask you this question. If you had no fear whatsoever, which dream would you manifest into reality?
I have to pick one, yes?
You have 30 seconds to answer the question.
It's called Farm Studio, all right? So it's a farm and it's a studio. It's pretty simple conceptually. There's cows, there's chickens, goats, and like fields of vegetables and fruits. And then there's a studio where you can record music, do events, do production work, stuff like that. Somehow it sustains itself because money isn't a factor in this situation because I'm not afraid of it. But yeah, farm studio. That's it. 30
I
seconds.
I
done.
think you and Rajnush will get along just fine. I'm going to talk about this with Rajnush, my good friend. Rajnush, shout out to you, Rajnush. Okay, next person, I want to go with Vikram. Vikram, if you had no fear, which dream would you manifest into reality?
Well, almost my things are almost same as Rasik. I would like to have some farm with
Hmm.
good work.
Bunch of farmers in this group. I like
Bunch
it.
of farmers in this group for sure.
That's what actually I'm looking for, and yeah, for initiating that thing, I already started shifting to other place.
Okay, so seems like
Uh,
he wants us to like support your dream here, Rasik. His
We
dream
need
is
to
to
converge
right.
together.
yeah, he's like, that's the power of community right there.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well,
future roommate Vikram.
future roommate Vikram. All right, Shrey G, 30 seconds, my man. Maji, if you had
Yeah.
no fear whatsoever, which dream would you turn into reality?
So if I had no fear, I'd be the greatest living blues guitar player on this planet. And I think the journey started back in 2010 when you did decide to pursue music professionally and go to a music school. And yes, that has been the goal. But we still have the blocks, we still have the fear. And so that's what keep us apart from our goal of truly achieving our potential. But if I had no fear, I'd be the GOAT. I'd be the greatest living blues guitar player, no blocks, nothing in my mind, just everything that I do is contributing to that dream. So yeah.
Nice.
Love it, brother. Love it. More power to
Okay.
you and your dream.
You can be a goat. You can be a goat on my farm any day.
Hey.
Be the greatest living goat.
The farm, farm studio. Okay. All right, David, if you had no fear, which dream would you turn into reality?
I want to be able to form a network of creative people that are all friends and skilled in very different ways so that at any moment I could just say, I want to write or edit this film, and anyone that I could tap would be able to go into some fund of money that we've already created and then just distribute it to people that are all friends and incredibly skilled and just make that thing happen. I really like the idea of working with new people all the time over the course of a career, but ultimately, like, I want there to just be 50 people that I know that are really good at different things that I can just like party with at the same time. Like to me, that's just my dream.
I love that dream. I love that dream. I hope it manifests in the form of Spice Tech.
It could,
It
could, man. This could be the route.
More power to you. Well, that's great. Okay, finally, I think.
What about you, Ashish?
True.
What would you manifest if you had
I-
no fear?
I would primarily manifest love. It starts with love for me, and then everything else that David said. And then everything else that David said. I mean, but on a serious note, I really think that we are moving into a world where geopolitical boundaries will fade away with art and technology. And I think I just want to be able to, very similar to David, just keep coming up with new projects to work on with friends and just have, live in a world with no boundaries, because we're very productive people, we're very hardworking people. Anywhere we go, we will be very productive. So any society in the world, I believe, deserves people like us. And that's why I believe in an open border world, in an open border internet, and yeah, that's the dream. That's the dream, is to just keep on flowing to be able to achieve that. So yeah, that would be my dream. So I guess with that, David, you wanna make an announcement about the Indiegogo and
Yeah. Well, as of this moment, we have just launched our Indiegogo campaign for the documentary feature film Fill the Flow, and that just went up 2 days ago, which means there's limited time. There's basically 38 remaining days. We're trying to raise $50,000. And now if you go to that Indiegogo page, there's a lot detailing what the movie's about, who is in it. We have some awesome visuals about all the artists that we're interviewing and all the things they're doing. And we have a really cool list of perks as well. You know, things ranging from t-shirts, baseball caps, to invitations to a private online party that we're going to hold next year, all this stuff. And we are unable to do this without a community we want to build with as many people are interested in the project. So please donate, please check us out. We'll supply a link. And yeah, we're excited to make this movie for not just for us, but for anyone and everyone.
Yeah.
That was
Feel the
perfect.
flow, feel the
Feel the
flow, feel the flow. All right, guys, I think that was great. I'm gonna end this meeting and then I'm gonna end the recording and we'll switch over to Discord real quick. And then I think we're good. So let me end it so that we can successfully record this, right? Okay, then. Cut.
Yes.